Gang. This your boy Hype Fan Judge. You are now tuned in to Hype Fan Eagles, man. You already know we back at it. New updates that had just came. So it's much to talk, yo. It's much to again discussion. I'm pretty sure everybody else know. Probably know what's been going on dealing with the schedules and different things that's been going on of the schedules, like Monday nights, and we got the schedule who Monday night football, Thursday night football, Sunday night, and all that. So we got different things of the prime time and schedule. I just want to specifically speak on the basically the strength of the schedule of who they what teams is rated on top of uh the hardest schedule and the team that's rated at the bottom of the easiest schedule that's gonna be going into 2024. But yeah, man, thanks for people that's gonna tune in, people that's gonna tune in after the video, and that's been tuning in for all the videos we've been making. But like I always gotta start off, if you come in from any platform, anything, or anywhere else, please like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and support and stay updated with videos and come and talk and get just the discussion and talk whatever you need to talk to join into the stream. Please do not hesitate. We always like other people ideas and their opinions. That is the YouTube channel right there. Please like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. But if you want to communicate, you want to hit me up, you want to talk, whatever you want to do, please hit me up right there on my Twitter, right there, please. You could anything you want me to support you, want to talk about anything else, it don't matter. Please do not hesitate to follow my Twitter, and just that's just basically for communication. You could text me, hit me up on my Twitter, and we could we could talk, we could work some. I could join yours. Anything, like, just please let me know. Do not hesitate. But other than that, please follow the YouTube channel. Right, but I'm not gonna hold you, and I could keep it. I'm gonna get right into it. Um, I know it's been a little sometimes. It's been a little financial situation that been going on. We've been trying to get everything right going on with the stream. We be grinding, life and everything, but we can't let that stop us. We're gonna keep pushing, we're gonna keep all that basically because everything is about to start jumping off in the NFL. I feel like this year might be a little different. Because of the trades, who's on different teams, different players is not on the same teams no, like it's like these teams is looking different now. So this season might be a little bit of interesting. So like I just feel like, yo, man, things is about to get ready. It's gonna be jumping off, and I already can't wait. You already know when that preseason hit, football is starting. Like, I know a lot of people can't already wait for that. So I'm really impatient right now. So but yeah, now, like I said, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna get right into it. Um with the schedule based on what they saying, and of who got the hardest schedule. I'm gonna start from basically. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start from the weakest, the easiest to the hardest. I'm gonna start from the bottom and up. I'm not gonna start from the hardest to the bottom. I'm gonna start from the bottom and up to to save the best for last. Like, and basically what NFL is saying, how they are doing, they are saying the Atlanta Falcons is at the bottom. It had the easiest schedule going into 2024. And yeah, I mean, Atlanta Falcons, they probably need a easy schedule. You know how they've been for the couple of seasons. Like, they just been have not really been. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. They not have not really been doing that much. Like, they went out and they got some players on the draft. I believe they picked up who they picked up. Was that what we did we like who they picked up? I think they picked up Eva. If I remember the draft, I can't remember the draft so far, and I ain't watched the whole draft period, so I can't fully remember what the Atlanta Falcons picked up. I think they pick up a wide receiver and a quarterback. I think. I know they need to get that defense right. You know, the Falcons need to get that defense right. But I didn't see their whole draft, so I don't know all the way who they picked up. But I just know they got the easiest schedule, and they probably gonna need it, man. They need to do something. They better take advantage of that. I don't know what they gonna dial up, and the players that they picked up from the draft, maybe they help them out. Well, yeah, they kind of need an easier schedule. So going into 2024, I think last year they had this. They was on the easier schedule too. 23, but 24 they on another easy schedule. So you got the Atlanta Falcons and the with the easiest coming after the Atlanta Falcons. You got the New Orleans Saints. You got the Saints that's um with a pretty good easy schedule after the Atlanta Falcons. They much need kind of need a little easy schedule. Their defense is kind of solid. It been a little solid lately. It just they need to get something going with this quarterback, and I think I don't know if they made any adjustment with the coach. I think they got a new coach. I don't know. Jot in the comments if you got a new show. Like I said, if you're coming from any other platforms, you're not gonna be able to comment while we're streaming unless you follow the YouTube channel and you watch it through the YouTube channel. If you comment on anywhere else, I cannot see the comment unless you're watching it through YouTube and you comment through YouTube while we are streaming, and I can see your comment. You know, far as my knowledge, like but man, even after the video, man, just let me know what you feel and if they got a new coach. And I think they did got a new. I think the Saints did get a new coach through the season. I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I know their defense is solid. They offense with their quarterback need to be. They need to be sure who they got. I think they had when they quarterback. I forget who they had for the quarterback. Because I think he came from the Raiders. Then he went to I forgot who they put it for the quarterback, but I just know they probably do like till they get that offense solidified because they got some the way they game plan with they offense a coordinator and the way they calling plays and then they not really sure about their quarterback and all that. So they kind of need a little easy schedule to see what they're gonna get and what they're gonna do get the feel of who they new players, how they gonna be. So I can see that. Chicago Bears is going to be next in the list of the easiest schedule. I mean, they needed to, Chicago Bears, like I know they picked up, they took then running back from the Eagles, oh my God, how did I forget his name? And he did good. I wish he never gave him up. Oh, Swift. I think Swift. Yeah, Swift went to Chicago Bears. So I believe I am correct. Like he went to Chicago Bears, but they need an easy schedule. Like their defense is pretty okay. I want to say they need to clean up some stuff with their defense. The offense definitely needs help. I don't know dealing with this draft that they went to pick and get some help from that offense. You know, but I would say they kind of need that easy schedule. I kind of understand them. Just to get them to be solidified and see what's going on. With oh my God, what is the quarterback name? Uh Justin Fields, like, to see what he's going to do. If I believe he's still be on the team, he's still on that team. So I can understand that. Next on the list, I really think the Carolina Panthers should have been right after. To be honest, I think Carolina Panthers should need the easiest. I think it should have been the Panthers, then Atlanta. I know they don't rate it that way. I already know they don't organize their schedule 100% in that aspect of how they did last season, how they put them up. But I just feel like who needed the most. And Carolina Panthers need to be where the Atlanta Falcons at. They need to be number one of the easiest schedule, like because I'm not blaming on my guy named the quarterback. Gosh, how did I? Oh, forget his name, young guy. Like they drafted him. It's going down to me. I keep forgetting these new guys' names, but yeah, like I can understand. It's not really wasn't his fault because he's trying to get the feel of. He's kind of young. He's learning the ropes, but he did pretty. I saw a lot of goodness that I saw potential in him, but it's just hard to develop your potential when you got defensive players in your face almost through the whole game. Like this, like they pass protection on the Carolina Panthers is horrible. Like this guy couldn't do nothing. Like every time I watch a Panthers game and I look at the highlights, this guy is dropping back when in no time to throw the ball. Like they just in his face, and then the coach, I don't know what type of plays he been throwing out. Like I'm just like, yo, man, I feel like he's not having a good chance to show his potential on the Panthers. Like, it's just too much pressure on this guy. Like, and he's not he don't got that experience to know what to fully do with pressure to like how to read the defense of coming in and know how to audible and with DC pressure coming. And that's hard. That's even hard to do with elite quarterbacks to know how to deal with pressure and the defensive players in their face. You look at Aaron Rodgers, he was one of the elite quarterbacks, but a lot of people feel like he made out of glass because he always injured. But you gotta he be getting hit a lot of times, like especially under that when he went to the Jets. Jets was struggling with pass protection. So man, like but Carolina, man, like just feel like they should have been in the easiest schedule, like above. But that's where they got them. They got them right in fourth of the easiest schedule. They got them in fourth. After that, then you got the Los Angeles Chargers. Um, I mean, I get it. I won't say they need it, but they don't need it. They got Justin Herbert. He was injured a little bit last season. He do need some help dealing with pass protection. So maybe I don't know what guys they really go picked up. But maybe they could utilize that easy schedule and do some and get a feel on some new players. So I can't really speak unnecessary on that, but I guess we'll see. After that, you got Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in with an easy schedule. Um, Buccaneers, it's like I said, it's mutual. Like they could they need it but don't need it, because Buccaneers was pretty good last season. Um, is that define them being an elite team yet? I won't say because their schedule was good enough to get them to the playoffs, the wild card. I know they beat us, they beat the Eagles. I know that, which I just felt like we could have won if we just had a better gameplay plan, but that's what happens. Like, so no excuse. They beat us, but at the same time, they still got some things that they need to work up. Um, um, but they got some players, man. They still got some players. The quarterback, he looked like uh looked like he solidified that spot. With oh my god. Oh, but yeah, like I'll forget these quarterbacks' names. Like, but he looked like he solidified that spot and it looked like he that yo they look solid. I don't know about the defense yet. You might argue the defense being solid. I didn't really watch the highlights last season that much to uh tell if they really necessarily need a good defense. I'm not really sure much. I can't speak on it so much, but I know the offense is pretty good and trying to Mayfield, Baker Mayfield. I don't understand why this. I don't know what's going on with tonight. I think I had a long night. My memory is just like, but Baker Mayfield, like he did pretty good. Like he did pretty good last season. Like He had some games up and down. Like, well, after Tom Brady, they definitely needed somebody to do some in that position, and he came in. I think he did a pretty solid job. But yeah, they still kind of need, they still need to get a feel of what's going on to see if they could be a consistent contender in the league. So I'm just speaking on teams that I feel. I know they don't necessarily rate these as of who need based on last year or all they did that. I know they probably don't put it in that aspect, but um I know they don't only, I would say that dude is the reason of how they did last year. It does come a part of it, but I know it ain't the main, it ain't the only thing that part of how they rate these schedules, who got the hardest and who got the easiest. But far as me, I'm just gonna speak on the necessary part of them needing what team needed a easier and needed an understandable of why they got a hard schedule. But they, you could say they kind of needed an easy schedule. Miami Dolphins right after coming next with an easier schedule. Um yeah, I would say they kind of need a little easy cut just because like it's some things that they need to do and be, there's some things on that defense side. That offense is pretty not bad. The offense is good, dealing with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and the running back was pretty solid. Uh, uh, um, the quarterback, you already know what you get from him. I still think, I know he had sometimes when it comes to the most important games, he haven't shown nothing yet, and what he can do, and but we always know what we could get from this guy. He's still a pretty good quarterback. He's still uh 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 Tua is pretty, it's Tua is Tua. Like, we gonna see what we get from this guy. Like, he's still a good quarterback. I know a lot of people have their opinions about him, but he's not a bad quarterback. He's good. Like, it just sometimes he just it you gotta rise in occasion for the moments. Like, the difference between Hurts and Tua. Uh, um, Hurts had many games that he rose for the moment, and he sealed the moment. I don't see that many games that Tua sealing the moment of, like, maybe a lot of Dolphins fans could a lot of Dolphins fans might disagree. They might be like, "Oh, you haven't been watching games, all of the games." Maybe so, but based what I've seen and based on the highlights that I watched on the Dolphins, I ain't see him do enough of rise to the moment. I saw he did good on games that, regular games that, he probably should win. And but when you talk about games that, yo man, this is a iffy game. We don't know if we're gonna win or not, and you come through and win. I haven't really seen that necessary with him yet, but he's still a good quarterback. I still like what I'm saying to Tua. Hopefully he can stay healthy and he can still do his thing. But I would say they kind of need a little easier schedule. Just because that defense, man, and we already know what we didn't necessarily like what we saw with that defense last year with the Miami Dolphins. So them getting a little easy schedule to see what they get the feel on what they have in the defense, probably but much needed. So that's how I look at it. But I'm gonna move on. Next, what we got is Seattle Seahawks. With an easy schedule. Seahawks. I think uh Seahawks was pretty good last season. Like, did they make it to the playoff? I think they did. I don't. Nah, I think they missed it by a little bit. I'm not sure. I can forget. I forgot who was always in the playoffs. I don't think the Seahawks was in the playoffs. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they was. But um, I would say their offense was pretty good. Maybe their defense needed to be cleaned up a little bit more. Um, I would say it's an iffy. You could you can argue if they need it or they don't need it. Easy schedule. You can argue and see if, like, would they be able to handle a hard schedule. I'm not sure. But Geno Smith was pretty good last season. You know, you might have some ups and downs, but I would say they couldn't handle a mid schedule. Not sure they can handle a hard schedule yet. But I don't think they need an easy schedule. Maybe they can handle a mid schedule like in between. But that's what they got though. Next on the list, we got Arizona Cardinals. I would think they will be a little bit further down, way easier. Like I kind of think they need a easier, more schedule than some of the teams that's below them. Because we got to see what they're gonna do, like with that defense. Um, with Kyle Murray coming back a little bit at the end of the season and like trying to see because you know they was back and forth with him, just trying to see what they gonna do and how they gonna get things going on. So I would think they would kind of need a little bit more easier schedule to get that team right and back and thing. But like I said, you know, I know they don't only base on this on who needs and how they did last year. That's not the only thing they probably base it on. But I just feel like they need to be a little bit lower of easier schedule because they need to see. Same thing with Tennessee Titans. They especially them letting go people. They let go Derek Henry. They let go some wide receiver. I think they let go some wide receivers. They and the quarterbacks. They like I think Tennessee should have been a little bit further down on the easy schedule because they gotta get especially letting go Derrick Henry. You definitely gonna need to get a feel of what you got going on that offense side. Like and the running game they ain't gonna really. I think they got Pollard. I think yeah, I was heard that they picked up Pollard on the running game, which you know he's Pollard's is pretty good running back. But at the same time, like you trying to see what your quarterback gonna do. He did pretty good last season, but you know with the players and new players, like they pick up some wide receivers though, but like the defense, all that, man, I feel like the Titans need a little bit of feel to get. They need to feel on to get just to see who they are again and try to see what they can handle. But they have an easy schedule, but I don't know. Maybe they should be a little bit down, needing to see what they're gonna do. So after Tennessee Titans, then you got us, man. You got the Philadelphia Eagles with a pretty easy schedule. You know, it's not the easiest, but it ain't hard. That's based on what they say. A lot of people are like, oh, we getting an easy schedule. We always getting easy schedule. Like, yo, did y'all forget last season? We was top of the hardest schedule. Like, we even though we lost those couple of games going to the end of the season, but we had a hard tough schedule. We was number one. And like yo, we don't always be the other season we wasn't number one, but we ain't had the easiest schedule either. Like, you know, so yeah, like, you know, that's what you know, in our division, you got some people because this season, out of out of the Cowboys, the Giants, and Washington, the Commanders, we have the easiest schedule. I mean, you obviously could tell because I named all the other people before then. You didn't hear nothing about Cowboys, Giants, and the Commanders. And our names came up first. So out of the division, supposedly we supposed to have the easier schedule. Like, you know, but it's two things. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's how we play. If we still even if we do have the easier schedule, if we still play like elite team and beat these team in an elite way, come in a new aspect based on it depends on how we do this season. Now we have to take an advantage. We supposed to have an easy schedule, the easier schedule in the division. So now it's about us taking advantage of that and playing on an elite level and looking like elite team beating down lesser team. Like, you know, and then second, it's about what we do in that playoffs that matters. Because they say that same thing about us when we went into the when we played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl that season, 22 to 23. And we had an easy schedule, but when we went in the playoff, we beat harder teams. Like so, and we damn near about to beat the Chiefs if it wasn't for those hiccups. Like Hurts outplayed Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Like, so, like, it, yeah, I understand how you feel having an easy schedule rest of season, but it's about us, what we do in that playoffs when we play elite teams in the playoffs. So, we got to take advantage of the regular season, and then we got to use that to do our thing in the playoffs. So hopefully we'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. So man, we got this opportunity, but I'm gonna speak on more about the schedule for the Eagles and for everything on the other. But for now, I'm gonna just speak on all the teams. I just want to speak on that because that's my team, so I gotta add a little bit more details with them. But yeah, man, that's what they say, man. We this season we got a little easy schedule, but it's about what we do with it. But I'm gonna move on. Next, after us, we got the Colts with a pretty good easy schedule. I think they should have been a little bit more lower on the list. I didn't really see a lot of game. I know Gardner Minshew would play for him. I saw a little games of Gardner Minshew. They look pretty good for them. But overall, like I don't know what they score was. I don't know what their regular season score was. I didn't see. I don't know if it was bad. I know it wasn't nothing good enough to make because they didn't go to the playoffs. So, but I don't know how bad it was, like, and I don't know who they need or what they don't need yet because I didn't watch a lot of highlights on them like that. So, and then I didn't see who they picked up on the draft. So I don't know about that one, man. Maybe they need it, maybe they don't. Well, we'll see. They got an easy schedule. They need hopefully they take advantage of that. We getting close in the mid type schedule, but we're not that necessary there yet. Denver Broncos. I definitely feel like the Denver Broncos should have been a little bit lower on the list with the easy schedule. They should have been. The Broncos should have been at least second or third place on easy schedule. Like, I mean, the Broncos had a little streak, but I don't think they have Western Westbrook no more. But they were losing games and then they went on the winning streak for a little bit. And they start winning, but then they start losing again. So they was like a little up and down or whatever. Like, but I'm not saying they should be where the Falcons at the number one team with the easy schedule or the like, but they should be a little bit more lower though. Like, the Broncos is a little bit too far up. Like, they need to have an easier schedule, like, but they still got an easy schedule, but I think they need to have a just to get things going back to see what they're gonna do to get things. They need time. I think they need enough time to get things right on their end. Like, having a harder schedule is just maybe they need to push. I don't know, like, but they definitely, I feel like they need to have an easy schedule just to see, just to define, give them time to define themselves because I don't. They having a little tough time on their side and everything. But like I said, it's not necessarily based on how you did last year. So I get it. Um, Next, this one, a lot of people I saw had an issue with this, which I kind of feel too. I know a lot of Chiefs probably gonna but the Chiefs is next. They got a pretty good easy schedule, but a lot of people are like, oh, why are the Chiefs always getting easy schedule? Like, always getting easy schedule. They always getting whatever. And I kind of feel where they're coming from. I haven't seen the Chiefs and maybe on this couple of lately schedules, them being up higher, at least number one of hard schedule, you know, and if not number one, at least third, fourth, around that area, like, but they another year with them an easy schedule. Like, they ain't too far from us. And they got a pretty easy schedule. Do they need it? I mean, nah, like, they always think they won the championship back to back, like, so even though they got some things they need to clear up with their wide receivers dropping the ball, can't catch the ball and everything, I still feel like they should be a little bit more higher with a harder schedule. Like, they coming off with two championship winning back to back. They should be a little bit more farther on the list. So I can understand people frustrated and shit about that. A lot of people didn't like that. and I kind of not really that much of a satisfied and okay with that myself. But that's where they at. Again, we'll see what they do with another easy schedule. You know how the Chief is, but we'll see. Like next on the list we got Minnesota Vikings, which uh close to mid type schedule, not fully around mid. I would say close to mid. Um, do they need it an easy schedule or not? I think the Minnesota is kind of mid. Like they don't. I believe they don't got Kirk Cousins no more. So, but and I don't know if they clean up on their defense side. Because that been the issue with them. That's why they always come into these close games. But yeah, I kind of think they need a little easy schedule just to see what they're gonna do. Um, they've been having a little touch, especially they're gonna have probably who gonna tell who. I don't even see the new quarterback that they got yet, and who could tell what they gonna do with this new quarterback. So I would say they will kind of need an easy schedule, but and they probably should have been a little lower. They should be in our spot, and we should be a little bit above them a little bit. But that's where they got them at, So we'll see what they do. After that, we got the Washington Commanders, which they should have been underneath us too. Like because man, like they they need to clean up some stuff on both sides. The defense is not as bad the offense is, but the defense needs some cleanup. The offense, they need to see what's going on. I know Sam Howell. I don't know if I ain't hear nothing him being in there another year. So if he there, they need to see what's going on with him. And if he's not, they definitely need to see who they're gonna take that spot. So on the offense side, McLaurin can't do it. Terry McLaurin can do it by himself on a wide receiver all the time. Like so it's I kind of feel like they should have been. They need to be below us. They need to kind of just define who they are and what they are doing. But that's what they got them at. After that, we got the Bengals, which then now you could say it's kind of mid. I kind of feel like the Bengals could have been. I don't know what they was last season, but they could have been a little bit farther up. The Bengals is still a solid team. Like uh, um, what well, what is their quarterback name? Oh my god. Um Joe Burrow. He I think he was injured last season, but Joe Burrow is a elite quarterback. He's up in the top dogs, like, so they got elite wide receivers, running back, mixing like their defense is pretty okay. Like probably could clean up a little bit of things with their defense, but like they can handle a harder schedule. But that's where they got them. There's like mid, kind of mid, So we'll see what they do with that. Next asking them after them, who I think should have been a little bit lower, but maybe they can handle a mid schedule. The New York Jets. I believe Aaron Rodgers is still on a team. If he playing, if he's still on, like we'll finally see what he supposed to did last season. If he didn't get injured, we'll finally probably see what he gonna do with the Jets this season. So with Aaron Rodgers, and they still got a good their defense is still solid. So and they needed a quarterback and need somebody to rally that offense up. And if they got Aaron Rodgers, maybe he could still do. I don't know if they clean up the pass protection for him because that's the only thing that's gonna be the issue on that offense. But with Aaron Rodgers, can they handle that mid on schedule? Maybe they could. Like, we'll see. Like, I don't know what they say on that one. We're dealing with the Jets. Jets will Jets will be hot. The next thing you know, you'll be like, yo, what happened? Like, that's the type how they are. Like, so we'll see. Next on the list, we got Dallas Cowboys. Um, they got a mid schedule. Uh, I feel like we should have been what they are at. At the same, I think we can handle a mid schedule too. Um, at least I'm not saying we should be above them or below, but we at least should be around where they are because they looked the same with us last season. They pretty much could we could pretty much handle the same thing they can handle. Like Cowboys, you get what you get from the Cowboys. Their defense right now is top with them. The offense now we need to see what consistency with the offense with that. But yeah, like can they handle a harder schedule? We saw Dallas beat up some good teams in the regular season. Like, we saw Dallas they could beat some elite teams. Like they would surprise some elite teams on a regular season. It's like they would beat elite teams, but then they'll lose consistently from teams that they shouldn't lose from. You're like, yo, how you losing from these teams? But then when they play an elite team, they beat them. But then they'll end up losing from trash teams. And then like you be like, yo, what is going on with that? Like, so I can believe they can handle a harder schedule. I feel like we can handle a harder schedule if we get this coordinator fixed. Because you saw we had a harder schedule. We had a number one hard schedule last season. We beat these hard teams. Some people probably are like, oh, luck because they gave up. I get it, but we sealed the moment. And they couldn't. These teams that's supposed to be elite and supposed to beat us didn't handle their job, but we handle our job. So regardless, you could say, "Oh, we got luck because they missed some plays. If they didn't miss these plays, we would have lost." Regardless, you missed plays as a part of you being your team. We didn't miss plays and we won. So that's how I feel about it. But I feel like and also that how it was, Brian Johnson just killed the offense. Like, so with a good coordinator, we'll be able to handle a harder schedule too. Like, so I feel like we we're in the same boat with Dallas when it comes to beating teams. Only different for us, we least beat teams when it matters most. The Dallas haven't really fully done that yet, all the way, but at least we beat them teams the championship and going to the Super Bowl recently. So that's to make us different between Dallas with the Eagles. But based on us playing teams, I just it's the same. I just look at us, so we could handle the same teams Dallas can handle. Like, but like I said, they don't schedule this, that, and that type of sense. So Dallas got a little harder schedule than us. So listen, hey, it is what it is. We had a harder schedule than y'all last season, so it's y'all turn to have a harder schedule. So, and it's not even that hard either. It's not even that much harder than us. Like, it's a couple of teams away, but they got a mid schedule, you know. So we'll see what the Dollars do with that. Next on the list is San Francisco 49ers, which I feel like they could take a little harder schedule. Like they could have been a little bit farther up. But hey man, they gotta take advantage. They got a little mid, not easy, not hard type schedule. So we'll see what San Francisco do, with Christian McCaffrey with his running game and with that passing game. Uh 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 Brock, what's his name? Brock and what they pass it, like just to see what Ayuk and all those boys, like they and their defense is solid, like so they should be good last year. They should have no excuse. They don't got a hard or easy. It's in the middle, so they should be handled with what comes their way. So we'll see what the San Francisco 49ers do. We'll see what Brock Purdy would do. And he got no excuse. Like, like we don't got no excuse. Like we definitely got no excuse. We got an easier schedule than them, but they got a little easier themselves. It ain't easy, ain't hard. So, you know, that's what he had. Like, but other than that, we got the Los Angeles Rams that's coming with a mid schedule. The I don't know. They was I didn't watch enough games to define how they did last season. I think their offense was a little bit more better than their defense. I could be wrong. Please correct me. But oh my God, I'm having these quarterbacks. Oh, it'll come to me. But the Matthew Stafford. They like Matthew Stafford is still a pretty good quarterback, and he you get what you get from him. Like we'll see what I didn't see who they picked up on the draft. Like I feel like they should have been. They need a little bit easier schedule. just to get them back to where they need to be, because they went backwards downhill after them winning the Super Bowl. But man, we'll see what they do. They don't have an easy and they don't have a hard, but it's kind of close to hard because we getting a little bit up on the list. We almost done, so it's getting close to a hard schedule, but it's not fully there yet. But it's on the tip. It's touching the feet. It's touching the feet. But hey man, hey, maybe they'll do something. We'll see. Detroit Lions coming after them, which I like that spot. Detroit Lions was pretty good last season. Their defense is pretty okay. Their offense, you already know what you get from their offense. Um, Jared Goff, like he came in there, he did his thing with that team, and they looking different. Like the Lions is a team that you got to look out for. Like I like what they did last season. I was actually rooting for them after we didn't make it, but you know how that game, like what the coach did at the end, like he was just, I don't understand that. But yo, I like that spot. They can handle a little harder schedule. They don't need an easy schedule. They don't need a super hard schedule because they still got to define a little bit more with themselves. But I like this spot where they had. I could agree with that. That was cool. Next after them is New England Patriots. Now they should be way down. Like they need to be way, especially losing Bill Belichick, trying to see what they're gonna do with this quarterback. Uh, um, yeah, I just don't know what this. I don't you don't won't know what to get from the Patriots anymore. Like I don't know what to say. I was hearing something about I don't know if it's true, but I was hearing something about Tom Brady coming back. Like if he do come back, please drop in the comments if you heard that too, if it's solidified, if it is true. If he do come back, man, I don't know what he can do anymore with the Patriots. Like I just don't. Maybe he would. He would prove us wrong. Like we already know what Tom Brady is, but man, like they definitely need to be defined and need to figure something out. They need an easy schedule just to figure something out. Because man, like talking about backtracking and going down and forget going downhill. They leaped down the hill. They didn't roll or walk or slide. They leaped and fell all the way down, like they straight to the floor to the end. Like that's how they look. Like that's how much of a backtrack they took since Tom Brady left. Like, and it's like, man, they need time to figure some things out. Like, so I don't know about that one. But hey, man, they got a little hard schedule, and where I guess they gotta do what they gotta do. Like that's all I can say. Next after that, you got the Las Vegas Raiders. Like yeah, I feel like they should be low too. The Raiders, with the quarterback situation, um, and then a lot of things dealing with what's my man name? Adams. I forget his full name. You know what I'm talking about, the wide receivers. Um um Devontae Adams, like he didn't look like he was getting what he deserved there, but a lot of people saying it was his fault. He had a time, he had a chance to go with. I think he was trying to. Could have went to the Saints or something like that. They were saying. I'm not 100% know the whole story, but man, he looked like he deserved more. Like things just wasn't looking right with the Raiders. Like man, it was like a lot of stuff they need on the defense and the offense side. Then with the coaching. I think especially the coaching, and I think that's who I'm thinking about. I was thinking about the Saints that get rid of their coach. I think it was the Raiders that got rid of the coach. I don't know. It's but in between the Raiders and the Saints, maybe both of them. Like, but I just know the coaching could have been better. It just they need to figure some things out, and I feel like they need time. They need to have an easier schedule. But hey, man, just like the Patriots. They got to do what they got to do. They got a pretty hard schedule. It's not the hardest, but it's up there in the hard area and up there on close to the top. So we'll see what they do. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, Trevor Lawrence. You know what you get from him. He's still a pretty solid quarterback. With Doug Peterson, he did pretty good. He did well with the Jaguars. I mean, going to the Jaguars, make them still with the coaching, make them still looking like a solid team. Um, they defense is pretty solid. Trevor Lawrence is pretty good quarterback. Can they handle that position, that spot of a hard schedule? They probably could. Do they need a little easier schedule? They probably should. Not they don't need it that much easy because they still a solid job. Well, it's not a bad team. They got some issues they need to clean up. But I don't know what to feel about that. They probably can handle a harder schedule. They probably couldn't. I don't know. We'll see what they do with it. Like, because they got a pretty hard schedule. You'll see what they take. Next on the list, we got the Buffalo Bills. I kind of like that position. The Buffalo Bills, pretty good defense. You already know what you get with Josh Allen, like as a quarterback. Um, I don't know if they still got the same wide receiver core, but they elite. They still an elite team, even though they not consistent and they have a hard time winning it when it's most matters. But they still a pretty elite team. I think they could be able to handle that spot in a hard schedule. I'm not sure if they had a hard schedule last season. Then I gotta recheck 23 schedule. I don't know, but maybe they did or not. But I'm not too really upset on that in that position and having a little hard schedule. But we'll see what they do with it, man. Next on the list, New York Giants. Out of all our team on a day on in our divisions with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders, the Giants had a hard schedule. Hard schedule. And I think this actually second year with a hard schedule. I think they had a hard schedule last season too. I'm not 100% sure. I forget. But then they got the hardest schedule, man. And out of everybody in our division, they don't want to get the hardest schedule when they need an easy schedule. They need to be all the way low down on a list next to the Panthers and the Falcons and all those other teams and the Bears. Like they need to be next to them because they need to especially losing Saquon Barkley, your only franchise player. Like you keeping Daniel Jones, you don't know what you're gonna get from this guy. You don't got a solidified wide receiver. Slayton really ain't no top tier wide receiver, even though he's not that bad. I see he's a pretty okay, good second receiver, you know. But for you having only a player that's playing like a second receiver and you don't have a top receiver and you don't have a quarterback that you could fully trust in, and you gave up your running back that was the soul of your team. Now you don't know what running back gonna come and be that guy. And your pass protection, I don't know if you gotten better with that. The defense needs to be better. Then I don't know. Then y'all went to go get these horrible looking uniforms that I just saw an update about. Like, I just feel like they need time to see themselves and get themselves right. And them having a on top having a hard one of the teams with the they in let's see 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. They're not in the top 5 yet of the hardest team with the hardest schedule, but they're in 6th place of the hardest schedule. That's still kind of up there. Like, man, I, they ain't getting no break. Like they ain't getting no break. They gonna have a hard schedule. They look based on the hard schedule. Now they might surprise us. I'm not gonna jump the gun. They might surprise us, but based on how they did, I'm going by how they did last season. I have no choice but to. And based on how they've been doing other season, and how they look, and what players they got on their team, who they don't got, who they let go, like for all those statistics and stats and everything I just mentioned, and them having the in 6th place of the hard schedule, they looking like they gonna go, man. these guys look like they about to go like 7-10. Like I'm just sorry, like, or even worse than that. They probably go. They look like they probably gonna go like at least at least 4-13. They look like they about to be 4-13. I'm sorry, like with the players you got and how you did and how everything look right now. Now I'm not gonna say they are. I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm not gonna put that out on them yet. But I'm just saying it doesn't look good for them, man. To be up on top six, having a hard schedule like that, and who do you got that gonna handle that hard schedule? I gotta look up their teams, who they play. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna look up. I don't got it right now, but I'm gonna look up the teams who they play. Like, let me see. Let me see how much I got to lay. Let me. Hey, I got. I think I got a good enough energy that I got something for her. Let me get a minute. Let me look that up for you right now. I gotta see because they on that's they schedule like that, and then who they got? They don't got nobody. Please, maybe they picked up some people in draft. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but the New York Giants. Hold on, bear with me. I'm sorry, but like, damn, like I don't. I'm sorry, like I don't. I do not think that they can handle it. Okay, I think this is the schedule right here. Let me see. Is I'm looking for now. Why is it pulling up the old? Please, but yo, man, they with how they are looking, how they are really looking. It just I don't have no hopes, and I don't have nothing on what the Giants going. I don't really don't think they're gonna be able to handle this schedule. Maybe they prove it wrong, but with the teams they playing, I don't think they can handle their schedule. And it's they going, yeah. I maybe let me know what you think they going with how far you think they going far you think they gonna go. Let me know. Why is it just can't give me an easier? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find an easier league because I'm just intrigued of how they gonna do how they gonna do this. All right, based on this, I'm at the right article. I believe I'm at the right article. They got to play the Vikings. They got to play the Commanders. They got to play the Browns. They got to play the Cowboys, Seahawks, Bengals, us, the Steelers, the Commanders, the Panthers, the Buccaneers, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Colts, the Eagles. Um, that don't look like a top tier schedule. If I'm looking like 2024, yeah, this is what it is. Week 2, week 3, 4, 5. That's not really that bad though. Like I don't maybe because they talk about playing us and the Cowboys, maybe the Seahawks, maybe Browns is pretty good. Maybe I can see that. The Bengals is pretty good. The Steelers, you ticky tack. Depends on who they got. Buccaneers, uh, I guess. I can see about the Ravens. The Colts, no. Maybe they excluding because they playing maybe they saying because they playing us twice and then they playing the Cowboys twice and they gotta play the Bengals, then they gotta play the Ravens, and then the Browns and then the Seahawks. I kinda could see it, but not all I mean, tell me what y'all think. I don't know. Like I kinda could see them having that's being a top six hard schedule. But I don't know. We'll see. Like we'll see. Maybe because it's the Giants and they don't got nobody, so they saying they all well. But compared to the Giants, that is a tough schedule. Maybe they's looking at it that way. But I mean, I'm not saying they're not playing on hard teams. They are like playing the Cowboys Cowboys is a hard team. Um, Believe it or not, we are a hard team. Like we coming together, But I'm not gonna throw us in there. I'm gonna exclude. Of course, I'm gonna say that. I'm not even gonna use us. Like the Cowboys are a hard team. The Bengals is a hard team. The Seahawks was a pretty good team. They got our team. The Browns, if they can stay consistent, the Browns was there. It's a hard team. The Browns is good. Like, so I can understand that. They playing the Ravens. That's a for sure hard team. Other than that, like I see the Steelers. The Steelers is it's iffy. They could be hard, but you don't know. So I guess they just gonna include them. I guess. Well, I could kind of see it. I kind of don't. But man, listen. Based on what they say that they have a hard schedule. We'll see how 2024 start off on the season. See what's going to happen with the teams. We'll see. But if it is hard, like they say, man, I'm looking at them up on the top. They look like they gonna go 4-13, man. But maybe they're a surprise. We'll see. I wish them luck. It is what it is. Like, but I'm gonna jump back in the next team after that. We got the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers up there, top five, hard schedule. Um, you saw what Jordan Love did with them. They went to the playoff. They actually could have beat the 49ers. They could have beat them, man. I don't know, a lot of people know this. They had a chance, but Jordan Love did some very unexperienced thing. Like, he just start that last drive, he just start forcing it, and he at the end he start forcing a lot of things. Man, he would have just kept his composure and stayed focused. They could have made that could have been a winner drive, and they could have They could have been the one that goes to the Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl, but that's what happens. That's football, man. Like, I like what I saw in Jordan Love. He came in and he solidified that position, and he did good for them, man. Like, the Green Bay Packers, he make them stay as a solid team. Like, a lot of people wonder what was going to happen with them after Aaron Rodgers left, and like, he did his thing with them. Like, I like when I see that guy, and I wish him well. I wish him well. I'm not saying that he don't got some things he need to clean up. You can say that with a lot of these quarterbacks that's pretty good. Like, sure, I say that with my quarterback, Jalen Hurts. But overall, like, he's a good quarterback, So, and I see that same in Jordan Love. I like what I see him. I hope he stay consistent for the Green Bay Packers. And man, can they handle a hard top five schedule? I believe they could. If they stay consistent and they build off of what they did last season, and they either the coach build off of that and even develop Jordan Love even more and build around this guy and get the defense to stay solid. Oh man, I got hopes for the Green Bay Packers. I feel like they could do that. They could be up there, like, So shoot, man, we gotta play them the first game of the season, man. Soon the first week one, we playing the Packers. Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love going at it. But you already know. I wish that was like a little bit further down, because in the beginning, you already know the rust got to come off. They both gonna be trying to get the feel back on the season. So it's probably ain't gonna be that game that I would want, or a lot of people will want to see. But it give us an idea, like it give us something. But man, I'm looking forward to that game. That first week we play the Packers. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have another video I want to get to it, speaking on what I think more about it. But man, like, we'll see. Like, but I think they can handle it. I'm okay with that spot. They in the top five on harder schedule. So we'll see what they do with that, But next after that, we got Texas. Houston Texans, sorry. Oh, they in fourth. Can they handle? Can they not? I don't know. Like, I forget what quarterback they got actually on the Texans. I'm not really 100% sure what quarterback. Not I don't know exactly who they fully got for the Texans yet. I didn't watch another highlights of them on them. I forget how they did, how well they did. I know they didn't went to the playoffs as far as my memory. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they did. But I don't know how well they did last season. So, but I don't. If I don't remember them doing the playoff, then I mean that they didn't really do all that well. Probably. Them having a hard schedule though, up in the top four. Man, look, they're probably another Giants type situation. They might gonna go. I would say they in a better position than the Giants. They might handle a little bit more better, But having a hard schedule like that, maybe they surprise us. Who knows? But I just think they need a little easier schedule to get things right. But we'll see, man. They on the top four. Next we got a list is Pittsburgh Steelers. Top three. I don't know about that, like, cause they need some things to be cleaned up. Like, I'm not saying that they can't handle a hard schedule, but it shouldn't be up in the top three. Can they handle a top three hard schedule? They did okay last season. Um, far my memory, I think they was losing. They went on a winning streak. I can't fully remember. I gotta look at the little highlights and everything. But I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. Like, them having a top three hard schedule if they can handle that. Um, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, they should at least have been in mid. I mean, I won't say least, like I said, because I know they ain't basing this by how they played fully last year. But I'm gonna say they at least need to be in a mid schedule, like, because they got some things that they need to be solidified in that team. A lot of stuff that needs to be worked out. But hey, man, they I think they AFC North. And a lot of people saying, oh, because the AFC North is the hardest division out of there. I get why they feel that way, but like, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Next on the list, we got Baltimore Ravens, second place of the hardest schedule. And man, who they just picked up, they need to be first. Like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go jump right to it because I gotta compare it. I'm gonna jump right to the first one. The first one is Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns is the team that had for 2024 the team that had the hardest schedule. The hardest schedule. They got the number one hard schedule this season. The Browns. Now the Browns is a good team. Now, can they hit a hard schedule? I'm pretty sure they could. I think they could handle a hard schedule. But I feel like they at least should have been second place. I think the Ravens need to be first place on the hard schedule. It's because I think at least the Chiefs should have been first, the Ravens should have been second. But if you're not gonna put the Chiefs first and you have to you're gonna have the Chiefs where they at, which is crazy, then the Ravens should have been first then. Like, they they team is just they defense is too good. They got weapons on that offense. Then you just picked up Derrick Henry. Oh my God. Like, now a lot of people want to act like, oh, that's not really. I'm not saying I'm scared of the Ravens, and I don't think that, oh, my team could beat the Ravens. I don't think the Eagles could beat, but if we play, I guarantee you the odds is gonna lean more to the Ravens, which I get it because how we looked last season, a lot we gotta get. But if we coach it right, because it was a coaching problem last season. If we coach it right and we do what we gotta do, get our running game back to where it needs to be, throw out some versatile plays, not plays that don't seem predictable. Like, and we get creative on that offense, and we don't rely our defense to be on the field because we know we're trying to see what we're gonna do on our defense side. We let our offense take over. We have a chance to win. And I know it's like, oh, it's the reason why the Ravens gonna be above is because of our defense. Our defense is going to be vulnerable. And the Ravens might get, especially with Darren Henry, whatever, all that is going to look like that. But at the same time, I'm not saying that I'm scared of because we could have a chance to beat them. But, that's a scary offense. Like, that's an offense that you don't want to slip up on. Like, and that just be real. With that running game, they already was running it last season. Like, with Derrick Henry on that team too, Lamar Jackson. If you got RPOs and all that, you got to figure out if this guy gonna get the ball and mind you, Derrick Henry run hard. This is a grown man. This guy is a grown man. He run too hard. Like, so imagine the linebackers, your linemen, all the guys that's supposed to pick up on the running game. Imagine them not getting a head start to build up power to tackle Derrick Henry in the backfield. Why? Because they got to figure out if Lamar Jackson got the ball or if Derrick Henry got the ball. So now that split second them thinking and trying to figure out Derrick Henry get the ball, he already got momentum now. And you trying to tackle a guy that already got momentum, a guy that runs like a train, that already got momentum, and you don't got momentum because you trying to figure out who got the ball. Man, it's not gonna look too good for a lot of teams unless it's gonna be coaching. Unless you coach it right and pull up some defensive plays that will pile up and disrupt a lot of those running games in the back. Because I'm not saying that you can't get at Derrick Henry, but you're gonna have to get at him early, and you're gonna have to pick up a defensive play to keep this guy from getting the momentum because man, that's gonna confuse. They gonna have a Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and then you got a good rotation. You all forgot who they other running back they had that did good. Like then you got the passing game, they wide receivers. I think Odell Beckham is still on the team. And listen, that offense is gonna be. I don't know how they pass protection it is, but that offense is gonna be something, man. Like so, they should be on. If you're not gonna put Kansas City Chiefs on the hardest schedule, man, they needed to be number one. But they on two. Two is still hard though. But they should have been number one, man. But they not. They second place. We'll see. Like if they definitely can handle it. They definitely can handle a hard schedule. They definitely could handle it. So, we'll see what they do like this season. Like next, like I'm gonna speak on is the Cleveland Browns. Like, they got the number one hard schedule. Can they handle it? Yeah, they could. Should they be in that spot? Like I said, no. But like I said, they don't rate it like that. But they got it. I don't know. I know they had on a quarterback. They first had that guy, I forgot his name, and then they went and get who did they had? I feel like who they had on their quarterback. Did he play for the Texans at first? I forget who they had. I forgot. Oh my God, we was getting these guys' name. Black guy, like he did good for a little bit, but then he was I got them good enough. Um, but wasn't got them good enough, but didn't go. They still a good team. Now I know they didn't necessarily take it all the way. They didn't go and then they missed out but I saw a lot of goodness in them. They just the quarterback position. They get that quarterback solidified. They still a good team. It just I would say think about it. They should have been a little lower because they need to see what's going to happen with that quarterback. Um, um, but I don't know, man, because I they can handle a hard schedule, but I'm thinking, I'm thinking now, I'm thinking 'cause I forgot about that quarterback position. Now Cleveland Browns fans might say they might see other issues, but based on what I saw last year, I only seen a quarterback issue. That is important though. A quarterback issues means a lot. So yeah, we're seeing like I'm trying to remember. How did I forget the the quarterback, the guy? Like I think he was on the Texans. I can't believe that I forget his name that early. Like I had this one. I had to Watson. I don't understand how I forget Watson, but yeah, Watson. Like he was okay, but I don't know if he was consistent enough for the Browns. Like, I don't know. Like, I gotta look at it more. I gotta look at more highlights on how they did and what they did. But as far as what I saw, they had a good run based on my memory. Like, but I would say, yeah, they should they definitely need to, as I'm thinking about it, they definitely need to be lowered on the list. Um they But hey, man, they gonna have to do what they gotta do, man. They got the number one hardest. The Browns got the number one hardest on the hardest list. The Browns was going to have to. They gonna have to do something. I don't know what they picked. Who they picked on the off season. I don't know what how they draft went. I didn't watch the draft for them. I only watched it for my team, and I didn't see every. I didn't watch the whole thing because I had to work and I had everything going on. I watched some of the drafts, but even for my team, so I didn't get the chance to watch every team and all that. So I don't know who they picked up. I don't know what they're gonna do with Watson or not. Like, but I kind of thought he did. I kind of thought he did pretty good overall. But I did saw some ups and downs with him. Um, so yeah, I kind of think they should have been a little lower. Just they need to be a little bit lower just to figure some things out. There's some teams on this list that should have been up in that top five. That's too low. Like I said, Kansas City Chiefs should have been farther up. What needs to be farther up, the 49ers needs to be farther up. Um, who else that needs to be farther up? Um, I guess that's basically those only two, the Chiefs, 49ers, and the Bengals. Chiefs, 49ers, the Bengals should have been farther up on this list of hard schedules. But like I said, they don't necessarily fully go about what you did last season for the strength of the schedule, but they do it a little bit, but it's just based on, I guess some people say it's a computer that's doing it. It's some people I don't fully know how necessary that they fully put these teams together and schedule together and whatever whatever, but I just know it's not only it's not it don't they don't only think about what you did, what how teams did the last season. So because if they honestly did when if it was really about what a team did last season, then the Giants would never been in top six. Like they would have been lower than that, like way, way lower than that. And that's they felt that they looking like I said, they looking like a 4-13 team. Like they only gonna win 4 games, like win 4 games, and that's gonna be maybes, 4 maybes for them, not because of the team, but for them, how they are looking, man. I feel bad for them. Y'all Giants fans, man, I feel bad for y'all on y'all schedule, man. Top six hard schedule. Y'all got a hard schedule, man. Good luck with that. And y'all hardly got anybody. Maybe you correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe y'all going out and pick some people up. I ain't see it. I don't know. But to have a top six hard schedule and not really having nobody and relying on Daniel Jones to do it, and then giving up Saquon Barkley to us, we appreciate that. Which we didn't really need that because Swift was just phenomenal on his own. Like I felt like we should have just kept Swift and we would have saved money and gave that money to the defense side and work with Swift because he did a good job last season. But I guess the Eagles like, listen, we can't take up this. We ain't gonna give up this opportunity, and we gonna get Saquon Barkley. Some people felt like Swift is better than Saquon. I got in some conversation that people feeling like Swift is better than Saquon. Like, they broke it down to me, and I was like, I guess I can understand what you're coming from. They feel like Saquon is just a powerhouse, just a straightforward. You give him the ball, he run. They feel like Swift is more versatile. He catches, he do routes, and different type of he extend plays more than Saquon Barkley. Like I get it, but I just feel like we don't know because Saquon Barkley was under that bad pass protection. And so it's not really easy especially when you got a quarterback that can't, you know, can't bring a momentum of an offense to get your running backs to start something, because if the defense ain't scared of your quarterback, they automatically is going to be on your running back. And that's just what it is. If they're nervous, if the defense nervous on your quarterback, then it's going to take pressure off your running back because the defense got to worry about the quarterback passing. So the running back got some room, some pressure, and coming to the Eagles, we'll bring that because Jalen Hurts can run, and he can pass it if you get a good pass. That's not plays that's not predictable, and we get the chemistry back. Yeah, like defense gonna have to worry about it. With AJ Brown and then Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard, and then no, we went to pick up some other cats that I don't think we need because, like I always say, we could have been solidified with OZ, well, Lamine Zaccheaus. But it is what it is. I ain't gonna repeat and keep talking about it, but yo, man, like I feel like he might show something different on our team, but only time will tell. We'll see what happens. But yeah, man, that's the list, man. Like I'm gonna read it off again, straightforward, like from the easy schedule for people that coming in and to the harder schedule. Starting from the easy to the hardest, you got Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans, the Saints, Chicago Bears, Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Chargers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Miami Dolphins, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals, Tennessee Titans, Philadelphia Eagles, Indianapolis Colts, Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings, Washington Commanders, Cincinnati Bengals, New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, Detroit Lions, New England Patriots, Las Vegas Raiders, Jacksonville Jaguars, Buffalo Bills, New York Giants, Green Bay Packers, Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, and Cleveland Browns. From easiest to hard schedule. So that's what it is. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. You agree with how they put it together or not? That's the schedule going into the who got the hardest or who don't going into 2024. So man, yeah, like I said, man, like, subscribe, follow, drop in your comments if you liked that schedule. You like how they rate it. You like how they put who the schedule in general. You like if you like the schedule your team got or anybody team, whatever. Just let me know how you feel about it. Drop your comments, man. And please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Please stay tuned. Um, Lately, because of how everything is going on with the money wise, we might just gonna be streaming strictly through YouTube. So please, we're gonna be streaming strictly through YouTube. I'm gonna be streaming strictly through YouTube. That's gonna be the only place that we're gonna be streaming through. I don't like these lists. Last year they said we had the hardest schedule and we did well for 11 weeks and then imploded. Who knows what each team would be like? That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't. NFL is unpredictable. Period. You can never tell. Like, you got some teams that got the easiest schedule and have a tough time, and you have some teams that had the hardest schedule and have an easier time. Like, or vice versa. Like, no, having a harder schedule, easy schedule really doesn't define what's going to happen in the NFL. We had a harder schedule and we still did good until those last couple of games, but it was because coaching situations. Like, but man, like, is I don't know how they rated. I don't know how they put together. Like I said, there's a lot of teams I disagree with it too. Like, if you came in, you saw a lot that I was like, yo, I think they need to be lower. Some teams I feel like they need to be way up. Like like I spoke about. I don't know if you came in after, before, or after, but I spoke about the Chiefs should have been number one. A lot of people didn't like to see the position because the Chiefs have an easy. They're not even a mid schedule. They close to mid, but they still kind of in that easy schedule. Like, and a lot of people feel like, yo, why does the Chiefs keep getting easy schedule? Like, they should at least be number one or number two on the hardest schedule. But you know, and that's just gonna make people feel like NFL is rigged more. Like, and I hear all these rigs are rigs. I don't, I don't necessarily believe that it's rigged, and I don't necessarily doubt it that it's rigged. I have my own opinions on it that I feel like certain things is messed with, but I think that's mainly dealing with the officials because we gotta be honest, like these officials, like these referees and all that, they got favorite teams too. They watched football when they was young. So who knows when they got a team that's favorite team, they probably do their own thing too, like and messing up the game. Like, so I don't necessarily know that I'm going to speak on facts on it's rigged and rigged, but I do feel people frustration that saying is rigged because I do see those things that I will understand why people feel. So I don't doubt it. I don't necessarily believe, but I don't doubt it either. Like, that's just how I feel on it. But yeah, man, I don't to rate how I feel about this strength of schedule. I don't fully like it. I would say I don't fully like it. Some of the teams I understand it, but most of them I didn't. But man, that's how it is. That's how it gotta be. Like, no, it's just up to the team to take the teams that should have been harder, take advantage of it. Don't mean that they're going to. Anything will happen. And the team that's got an easy schedule take advantage of it. That need team that got an easy schedule but need a hard schedule. I guess they got to take advantage of it. Don't necessarily they mean they going to, but teams that have a harder schedule that needs an easier schedule, man, they got to do what they got to do, man. They gotta hey, if the teams that need an easy schedule and they got a hard schedule, it's their chance to prove something. Like, they chance to do the unpredictable and surprise people. Like, that's all I can say. Like the number one team that got a hard schedule that I'm like they gonna have to surprise me, and I keep talking about it, the New York Giants, man. They gonna have to, they on top six. That's if they do if the Giants win more with the players that they hardly have and how they look, if they win more than 7 games, more than 6, 7 to 8 games, I say if they win more than 7 games, if they win more than 7 games, they surprise me already because they don't really have anybody. And trying to rely on Daniel Jones and having the top six hard schedule, and I'd be surprised if they win more than 6 or 7 games. Like, I'd be surprised. I'm like, really? They won 8 games? Like, with that schedule? I'd say I'd be surprised they win more with six. They win 7 games. I'm like, yo, these guys won 7 games with nobody, and they have the six top schedule. But like I said, it don't necessarily mean anything. Now that we have our schedule, what do you think our win will be, and who do we lose to? I was going to speak more, but I'll give you a little bit. That's how I feel. But I was going to have a whole stream about how I feel our schedule. I think actually me and my boy that does the stream together, we was gonna collab and do what we feel like, what the score is going to be like. But I would say this though. I feel like we still had a playoff record win. We still have a good enough playoff. At least we at least had, I say at least we definitely gonna have over 9 wins, like over 9 to 10 wins. Um, I gotta look at the teams more and more. Gotta look at our schedule and dissect it a little bit more to actually get a 100% feeling on who I think we gonna lose to or win with. Um, but I would say this: we definitely got a playoff run. We have an easy schedule out of the whole division, the most easier based on what they are saying. But I feel like we based on that we have to basically play on an elite level. Because if we got an easy schedule and the teams we actually do play it's easy, we're gonna have to beat them at like an elite team. Like, we can't come with close games because people gonna be like, oh, y'all came close with this team, y'all got the easy. We have to beat these teams on elite level, and that's what's gonna make us look good going into the playoffs. We have to make a statement and we have to look good going into the playoffs when we playing good teams. And we gotta get our revenge on the 49ers. Like, and we gotta break this tie because they won one, we won one, they won one. So we played them in the playoffs. I don't know. I don't think we play them on regular season. I saw the schedule, but I don't fully remember it. That's why I say I gotta look at it and fully dissect it. But if we end up playing them again, and if it is in the playoff, we gotta break this tiebreaker and actually seal it and win against these guys. Like, I was saying, like, I know one thing I would say. I would say this, and then I'm gonna end up because I don't want my phone because my battery is getting a little low. And I don't want it to cut off on y'all guys. But I would say this: we always do a split with the Cowboys. So I would say the Cowboys is a higher percentage that they're gonna give us our one of our loss because we always do a split. I never see us beat them back to back. They have done that to us, you know, but we haven't really done that to them. Like, we'll beat them one game and then lose the next game. Either it be the first game or it be the second game. So the Cowboys, most of percentage, I would say that's it's a for sure a loss on our record. The other teams, I'm not sure. Like, we have a chance. I think we play the Ravens. The Ravens have a higher percentage to beating us. Like I said, that they're a very high percentage because of that offense with Derrick Henry and the inexperienced players we got on our defense. So like, yeah, that could be another potential loss. But I would say the Cowboys for sure, and the Ravens is a maybe for sure. Like we have a chance to beat them, but it's close to a for sure of giving us two losses. Like so but I'm gonna speak more about it. Just please stay tuned. Like I said, I'm gonna be stream most likely. I'll be sooner or later we're gonna be streaming only through YouTube. So please do not hesitate to like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel where we got it at there. Like I said, if you want to comment and leave and hit me up and communicate, like if you want me to, because I'm all like I asked y'all to support us. I'm always supporting other people too. So if you want me to, if you got a stream going on, you want me to come on your stream and support you, or any questions you got, please hit me up and follow my Twitter. That's how you could text me, hit me up, talk with anything you need to ask. That's what you can follow my Twitter right there. It's mainly for communication periods, communication. That's just what it is for. Like I don't, I be up on it, I don't be up on it. Like all my streams and videos go in there, but you can follow there for the communication wise, just to stay in touch with me. It's a little kind of new, so it's like I don't got everything big on it, but it's like I said, it's just basic for you could get in touch with me and you could talk whatever you if you want to collab, if you want to work, anything, man, please do not hesitate to follow my Twitter. But definitely, please do not hesitate to like, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's how you're gonna be able to do what my man. Oh, my bad. Hold up. That's what you're gonna be able to do with my man Ryan right here is doing is commenting, and I'm seeing this comment. If you are watching it through YouTube and you are commenting through YouTube, and while we are streaming, you could comment and join in and bring your ideas, because I'm not the type of person think I'm always right. I'm just a fan. That's all I am. I'm a fan that just want to talk and tell you how I feel about things. If you maybe I'll be wrong, maybe I'm not. I'm always with correction. So please do not hesitate to bring your ideas so we can. If you're a fan of the Eagles, we could get this Eagles talk, and we could talk about if you want to express or how you feel or what you like or dislike, and you don't got nobody else to talk to about it and get it off your chest. This is a place you can get it off your chest at. So do not hesitate to like, follow. If you're not a fan and you just want to talk NFL, period, like if you might disagree, if you want to talk your shit, if you want to talk your smack and talk trash or whatever you want, man, it's all NFL love. Please, you can do that here. So do not hesitate to follow, subscribe, and comment through the channel. You already know, Ryan. Fly Eagles fly, baby, man. We're gonna see what we do this year. But like I said, man, stay tuned. I'm gonna come out with another video. This your boy Hype Fan Jerz. Thanks for tuning in to Hype Fan Eagles. I'm out. Bird gang.